Hey guys, even here with the old school abs, and I want to talk about this guy right here, your 2019 Mr. Olympia, your 15th Mr. Olympia ever in the world, in the history, in the books. Leading into Mr. Olympia 2020, most people had him either winning it or being second, right after Phil Heath. Most people thought that these guys are going to be in top two. Nobody really counted on Big Ramy actually bringing it because of his past track record. I mean, it's obvious. Like, I kind of hoped for it. I was optimistic, but I can't, say that in my prediction because every time I thought he might do it, he didn't do it. He never brought the conditioning until now. So now we may have higher hopes for Ramy to bring it again next year or come even better. But listening to Chad Nichols in an interview with Fouad Abiad, I know that Big Ramy suffered big time. He really suffered and he didn't like it. So I don't know if he's going to be able to go through that same thing again next year. But let's hope he does. Maybe he can fix some things, like work on his lower lats, triceps, and also hamstrings. I think that's what Chad says, and upper chest as well, are the things that Ramy needs to improve on. We'll see what happens next year. So in my prediction video, if you guys watched it before the Mr. Olympia, I thought Ramy is going to be fourth. I gave him fourth spot. I thought Bonac is going to take him out and Phil Heath as well. I thought Phil Heath is going to win. But that didn't happen. Big Ramy actually brought it and he beat both of these two guys. And I think they both kind of expected to be battling each other for that first spot. So they played each other's games. Brandon Curry tried to bring the conditioning. He did not play the fullness game like he did last year. If he knew that he was going to be battling Big Ramy for that first spot and not Phil Heath, I think he would come fuller. And Phil Heath, he was just trying to beat Brandon Curry on that stage, looking at him, showing his legs and stuff like that, playing mind games with him, because everybody expected these two guys to be the top two, and he's actually a previous champion. So how could he know that Big Ramy is actually going to win? So they focused on each other. They forgot about Big Ramy. He somehow creeped in and won. He took the title away from these two guys. And now in this video, we're going to talk about Brandon Curry. And actually, did he improve from last year? Because he did bring a different package. Was it better? Was it even improved? Was it worse? Let's go. Let's take a look at a couple of poses that I found interesting and where you can see a visible difference. So this one, for example, I think this is the most obvious one, front double bicep. You can notice that Brandon was fuller last year. Pay attention to his legs, because that was his biggest weakness last year and this year as well, and that was his focus point. Guys, when I made my prediction video, I said that Brandon actually has a chance of reclaiming the title because he always improves himself. Year after year, he looks better, and I expected that. And when I saw his legs, I thought they were improved, because take a look at the vastus medialis, or the teardrop. It's separated from the quad. Last year it wasn't. It was just kind of connected with everything. It was all just kind of melted down, just a mash of muscle. This time around he had some separation. He had some feathers. Take a look at the feathers on that vastus medialis, on the teardrop, and also the lateral head as well. And the upper part of the thigh is also more defined. However, the inner thigh part, where thighs should be connecting as they were last year, this year it wasn't the case. I mean, maybe he's taking a little bit wider stance, but still, he's lacking some fullness in that area. And overall, his legs were not as full, but you can see the same thing in the upper body as well. So he was bigger and fuller last year. This year he was more conditioned. He was still pretty big, but he wasn't as full as last year. So it was an improvement. I wanted to see better conditioning, but against Big Ramy, that wasn't the way to go. Because Big Ramy was able to beat him with worse conditioning than him. Yep, because he dwarfed him. He absolutely dwarfed him in that leg department. Here's abs and thighs pose. And here you will see that he does it he does both versions, but he did this one as well. This year I only could find this high quality photo of him doing it this way. And you can see, again, maybe details are a little bit better. He didn't really flex them properly here on the right photo, but you can see that he's more conditioned, yet flatter, not as full as last year, which I think was a big mistake. Especially from behind, guys. He should be winning these back poses against Big Ramy. Big Ramy has no lower lats, and his lower back is watery as hell, or just simply not defined. Whatever the hell that is going on in his lower back, it's not defined. And Brandon has an amazing back double bicep, super small waist and everything. But legs are not as big. Last year, take a look at this. I mean, last year they were bigger. They were bigger. He had fuller legs. I mean, take a look at how they're connecting. On the forward, on the left. On the right, there's a gap between those legs. And the sweep as well. So he lost some fullness in those legs, unfortunately. He came more conditioned. He brought better separation. Glutes, hamstrings, quads, everywhere. But that didn't create the proper illusion that he probably imagined it would. No. He should have came fuller. If he did that, maybe he would win a Mr. Olympia, but no, not like this. And you can pretty much see the same thing here. And also he changed the way he's posing with his back. His back looked bigger and fuller last year. Is it the posing simply, or was he actually fuller? Yeah, I don't know, but it's different. And the glutes, you can see it's more separated, the glute area on the right, 2020. The hamstrings as well, more separation, it looked sharper for sure. But the size difference was visible. He was smaller, flatter in the legs, and that hurt him a lot. I think that cost him that Mr. Olympia title, possibly. Who knows what would the outcome be if he came fuller. And also I'm sure he gained some muscle in that year. So he probably could have came bigger than last year if he went for fullness and not conditioning. I'm sure he was just playing Phil Heath's game, and he beat him in that game. But he lost against Big Ramy. So here you can see also bigger and fuller quads, overall bigger and fuller physique last year. So you tell me, did he improve? If you wanted to see better conditioning, you saw it. So he improved in that sense. But if you wanted to see him winning the title, I think he would have bigger chances, fuller and less conditioned against Big Ramy. It's just my way of thinking. I think it's logical. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe for more videos like this. All the best, guys, and keep it old school.